The thing about triangles is it doesn't matter how big or small or how weird looking the triangle is, obtuse or acute or anything, or right triangle. The total will always be how many degrees? 180 degrees. Yeah. So the easiest one here to find is you can find this angle. How do you find that? We take 180 and subtract. Let's just call it x. You can say x plus 20 plus 60 is 180. You can subtract this two, or this is 42. So you can subtract this two. Let me just add them first. You can subtract that. Subtract 60 from both sides. X is 120. We know from that this x equals to 120. So the opposite angle, the vertical angle, will always be equal. So the opposite will be 120 also, right there, 120. Now we need to figure out this missing piece. Let's call this one y. And we know the triangles have 180 degrees, so you can say 39 plus 120 plus y is 180. That's 159 together, plus y is 180. So you got to subtract the 159 from both sides. It's 159 right there on the left. So y will be 21. Can you follow that?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, now what do we know? We know from this triangle, we know it's going to be, the total has to be 180 on this. 180. So from this information, you can tell this third angle must be, let's call it x. X will be 180 minus those other numbers, 60 minus 65, which turns out to be 55. We know this is 55. We'll cancel the x now. Actually, let's put the x. This x will be equal to 55. So we know this angle is 55. We know that angle next to it, it is 50. So this third angle, let's call it y. How big is y? We can see that y plus 50 plus 55, because it's supplementary. Altogether, it's a straight line actually. Altogether, it's 180. So when you subtract those two from the left side, you have y equals 75. That equals to 75. Can you follow that so far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the third angle, we'll find this third angle. Let's call it W. So we also know this triangle will have 180 degrees. So we keep on using 180 and find out all the missing pieces, because you have 35 plus 75 plus W equals 180. That's 110. We subtract that. There you go. And it equals to 70. Can you follow that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's look at the next one. What do we know about this triangle? Well,
It equals 180.
does it say anywhere that they're equilateral? I mean, not equal. I mean, that's a 90 degree in the right side. It doesn't. So I think that's what they want. That's what they want, because that could have been anything, frankly. So, so this question must tell that this angle right here is 90 degrees. Otherwise, you cannot find the rest of it. So let's say this is x plus 36 plus 84 equals to 180. X plus 120 is 180. We subtract that. X is 60. So you can say this is 60. Right? So now the thing is, those two angles here, the other two angles could be pretty much anything, because the total will be total of this, and this will be the rest of say 86 is gone there, so the total of that will be 94. So I think this question, whoever made this question made a mistake. This one, it should say that this total is 90 degrees, but it doesn't say so. Okay. If the total is 90 degrees, you know that little angle is 30 degrees because the total has to be 90. Then you can subtract that 180 minus 30 minus 86. You can find this missing angle, which is 64. Yeah. 64. There you go. Is that clear?
Is that 86?
Yes. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
So the final answer is 64. So now let's look at number 12. Again, you can find out this missing piece. Whenever you know two angles, you can subtract that from 180 and find that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's 58 to the 122. Let's put it here. So this is 122. So the vertical angle, the opposite angle is 122 also. So now you should be able to add this up, and the third one, let's call it y. Y plus 122 plus 27 is 180. Okay. So y plus 149 is 180. Y is, subtract that, 31. 31 there. Make sense, all four of them?
Yeah.
Good workout for angle, angle problems. Okay, let's see. Number 13, again, you can easily calculate this angle because you subtract from 180. So just fill up all the easiest things first, right? So do 180 minus 115 is 65. So we know this is 65. Now we can subtract those two and find out this blue angle. So you can say 180 minus 65 minus 85 is 10 degrees. So that angle is just 10 degrees. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this point, I think this question is also missing some information. It needed to tell you that this angle is 90 degrees. Otherwise, you cannot, it's not solvable, right? So, okay. Let's find out the top angle first. Let's find out that pink angle on the top. So let's pink, not blue. Pink. Let's just say blue. See, wants to say blue. Okay, let's just do it blue. All right, so this blue angle on top is 180 minus 155 is 25. So this angle is only 25. Right? Now,
I understand.
Yeah. Now, are these any that's parallel? I don't think any of these are parallel. I didn't say so. So what we should do is that could be parallel though, isn't it? Maybe that's what they mean. Can it even be parallel? 155. 172. Oh, I don't think they meant it parallel, because otherwise this would just be easy. It'll be, no, that's not what they want. So definitely they want this one. They must have mentioned, should have mentioned this is 90 degree. If that is 90 degree, we have used 100 degree here. So we have a little bit left here. And that's going to be, take out 100, you have 80 degree remaining here. If that is 80 and this is 25, what's remaining for the third angle? You add those up. Let's call this x. X plus 25 plus 80 plus x plus 105 plus 105 is 180. We subtract that, x will be 75. That x equals to 75. Okay. Move on to number 14. So we know this outside angle is pretty big, 156. So you subtract from 180 and you get that other angle, 156. We have 24. So this angle is 24 degree. What else do we know? We know this triangle of 180 degrees. So you subtract those other two angles from 180, subtract 35, subtract 25, and you have 120. So that top angle must be 120. This opposite angle must also be 120. Can you follow that?
No.
At this point, you can see that 120 plus 24 plus this other angle. So 120 plus 24, let's call this other angle y, equals to 180. We subtract those two. Those two together is 144. We subtract it, 36. So that's 36. So that's the answer. All right. Any questions?
Hold on. No.
Should I move on to the next one?
Yeah.
So what we know opposite of 45 must be, opposite of 45 must be 45. Do you agree?
Yes.
And the total must be 180. So the missing piece should be, you subtract those two, right? 60 plus 45 is 105. So you take 180, subtract 105, and you have 75. So that should be 75 degree. Now you take those two pieces, and we know if you add up this 3, that should be 180. So let's call this missing one x. Again, we're going to do that part, x plus 75 plus 68 is 180. X plus 43. $37. Yeah? It becomes 37. So what's missing? What's on this third side? This is 100 plus 37, 137. Those in that triangle. So you subtract that from 180. When you do that, you have 43. That's 43 degree. And continue, there's more work. So long. Then you have to come to this side, and you can see that this side must be 180. So it'll be 180 minus that 43. And what do you get? 137. Back to that one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a theorem. Actually, when you have a triangle, the outside angle is equal to the two remote angles. That's why this 137 right here, this yellow 137 is equal to this 137. So the outside angle is equal to the two remote angles, right?
All right.
So basically, you cannot just don't jump to the answer right away. You can't actually. So you have to solve geometry problems like a detective. You have to go step by step, one step at a time, right?
All
Find
right.
out one clue. That will help you find the second clue. That will help you find the third clue. And the clues, slowly the clues accumulate, okay? At the end, you can figure out what the criminal is, right?
Mhm.
That's how you do it. All right. Oops, what happened here? There. Okay, let's look at number. This one, number 16. So the easiest one I can see is, easiest puzzle I can solve is opposite 45 is 45, right? What else? We can see that this angle here, 75, supplement to 75 will be 105. And opposite of 75 will be 75. So these are easy to solve. And this will be 105 also. Do you agree with me?
Mhm.
Now we know something about the triangle on the left side. We know two angles. The total must be 180. So you take 180 and subtract those. 180 minus 75 minus 45. All right, so this 60 degrees. So this is just a 60-degree angle. Now we have to look at this straight line. This is 180. So take 180 and subtract the 60 and subtract the 79. When you do that, what do you have? 41. So that's your 41. Now you can subtract from 180 and find this third angle, but I just taught you a quick way. You can just tell that the outside angle, the remote angle, must be equal to the two. I mean, the outside angle is equal to the two remote angles, I should say. So that angle should be equal to 68 plus 41. So 68 plus 41, which is 109. Right, so that's much easier. You don't even have to figure out this triangle inside the triangle. Both are easy. You can subtract and find out this is 71. All right.